So today we're going to be talking about something a little bit different. We have been talking about the transportation tableau, and the transportation tableau looks like an array. So we might have, for example, an array of 4 by 4 here. So maybe, oh, let's do one more. Okay. And so remember that we might have, for example, warehouses here. Warehouse 1, Warehouse 2, Warehouse 3, Warehouse 4. Customers up here. Okay, and then we have costs and other things. But I want to talk about something else in terms of this tableau, and it's going to turn out that there's a concept called a loop that's going to be very important in talking about a tableau. And so, what is a loop? Well, a loop is an ordered sequence of cells, or at least, maybe we should say at least 4 different cells, such that a few things are true. And we're going to look at examples of these. 1, any 2 consecutive cells lie either in the same row or same column. Okay, part 2 is no 3 consecutive cells lie in the same row or column. And part 3 will be the last cell in the sequence has a row or column common with the first. Okay, so let's see what I mean by that. So let's say that our cells are, let's say, this cell, this cell, this cell, and this cell. Okay, and so what is the ordered sequence that I have here? I have the 1, 2 cell going to the 1, 4 cell, going to the 3, 4 cell, going to the this cell. Right. Oops, maybe I shouldn't put my arrow like that. Okay, I'm erasing things here. Going to this way to this cell, and that is the 3, 1 cell. And then we could say it's back to the 1, 2 cell again, right? And so let's see that our 4 things match here. Any 2 consecutive cells, like these 2 cells, share the same row. These 2 cells share the same column, right? And then these 2 cells share the same row, and then these 2 cells would share the same column. And actually, you can see what's happening in number 3. The last cell in the sequence has a row or column common with the first. So if this was, if we took out we don't want to double up our cells here. And so let me change color real quick. So if this is the last cell, right, it shares the same column as the first. Good. All right. So, that's a 3, 2, by the way. Did I say 3, 1? Okay. Good. And so this combination of cells then is called a loop. All right. Now let's just take a look at some different types of loops that we might see. So let's go ahead and build our cells again here. So maybe we'll have several, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe, and 4. down this way too. Okay, so how about this sequence of cells right here? I'll just draw the cells that I'm going to indicate as part of my sequence. So maybe this cell, maybe this cell, maybe this cell, maybe that cell. Okay, so do these cells form a loop? Well, the way to think about that is we'll start here and we'll go across or down. Let's see, the only way I'm going to be able to get that to work is to go down this way, go across, go up, go this way, and then we would connect the dots. There, so this is a loop. This is a loop. Because if you take any pair of cells, right, the pair of cells shares either the same row or the same column. Yeah, and then no three consecutive cells lie in the same row or column. And then the last cell in the sequence has a row or column equal to the first. Very good. So this is also a loop. Now, let's go ahead and try drawing another one. In this case, so maybe we'll do 3 here. Now suppose I take this cell, this cell, this cell, this cell. Is this a loop? Well, I go from here to here, and I can go from here to here, and I can go from here to here. But now I'm going to have a problem connecting these two because I can't do that in a single row or column. Right, so that's going to violate number 3. So this, we would say, is not a loop. Okay. Now if this last cell here had been pushed this way, this would have been a loop, right? Because then you would have had the right shape. Okay. Or another way to let's see, what would have happened if I had, let me erase this red, okay. What happens if I would have had another cell, let me erase that one too. Oops, I'm erasing my green. Okay, so I've got that. Now what happens if I would have had a cell here? Would this be a loop then? And the answer is no, because of this cell, right? You can't have 3 lining up in the same row or column. That's number 2. That's the what we're saying is number 2 in the list. Okay, so this is not a loop still. But if I deleted this cell and I only had this cell, this cell, this cell, and this cell, then it would be a loop. Right. Okay. And maybe we'll try another one. We'll just draw something at random here and see if it's a loop. So how about 1, 2, 3, we'll do 4 by 4 again. 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and now I'm going to pick out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to put in 8 dots just generically placed. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now the question is that a loop? Well, I'm not sure. So let's see how we do this. By the way, I don't see 3 in a row or 3 in a column, right? I tried to be careful about that. So that's good. So now if I go from this to this, that's good. And then I would have to go this direction, right? And then I would go this direction, and this direction, and this direction. Oop, I'm stuck. Oops. Let's see, where did my cell go? Oop, I'm drawing like an Escher cell here. Okay, that's where my cell was. And then I have my line here. Looks like I'm stuck there, so that's going to be a problem. I can't get back, right? So is there another way to connect those dots? I don't think so. Uh, I will let you take a look. There's several ways of trying this out. But we've already run into the 10-minute mark, over the 10-minute mark, so I need to stop there. And I'll let you work on the homework on loops. So it's the last two problems, very geometrical. Okay, that's it for now.